Hey guys, Talks Too Much Third Party Studios. That's how we get into these episodes. We're talking about dogs. It's fantastic. It is your boy Talks Too Much. We are getting into our next episode, and we are getting started. That's how we do things. We start them. We don't filibuster and keep going just because we don't have topics to talk about. We never do that.
That's all you do is filibuster.
With me, as always, are my co-hosts. We have over here the Cody.
I don't really like our intros anymore.
Fix it.
Because I don't know when we're starting.
I know,
I'm talking to the dog, and all of a sudden it's like,
I was over here texting. And
I was using.
He starts going.
I was using it as dead air because there's a fade in, so I can like cut it wherever. But if there's dead space, I can do it, and I can cut out.
Slow fade out.
I can cut out your obsession with the dog. I can do that.
No, leave
it's
it.
easy.
My obsession.
Yeah. No. But yeah, we have the Cody who
I'm
just
not the one with peanut butter jars in their nightstand.
Yeah, okay. You don't know how many peanut butter jars I have. It's not zero. And over here in the other corner, we have Slim wearing his red jumper and sunglasses indoors. What are you doing?
I especially changed sweatshirts this morning.
You're wearing we're looking at it, and I don't know what you're doing wearing sunglasses in the studio.
You are.
No, you're the one wearing sunglasses. Can you believe this guy? You two are the only ones wearing glasses in the studio. It's fucking weird.
He's lucky he's the editor for these.
I'd
put sunglasses on this guy.
Just to fake it.
Yeah, just fake stuff.
Well, actually, since we got back
Were
from
you
the
trying to be cool?
No, I took them off.
Oh, I got the Oakleys.
Oh, he got the Velcros. No, we.
I got the Velcros.
I was hoping you'd pick up on the reference. I thought you slept it. No, we have actually quite a bit to get into on this episode. A lot of news has been happening in the first week of September, last week of August. It's crazy. We got back from the lake and kind of just trying to play catch up, and live stream's been going well. The Bannerlord's doing good. The live stream you did last night was awesome. I thought that was super fun. The Total War DLC update.
Did it.
This is DLC you're playing?
Yeah, this is the new content that came out on the 31st, and I played it on the 1st. So big, huge like controversy there because CA, the company that owns it, is like jacked up the price for DLC by $10. So everyone's pissed. No one's like, we're not buying this. You know, it's the same amount of content for $10 more. It's really bad. Yeah, it's if you go on like the Steam page, everyone's review bombing it. Like the actual game too. They're like, don't even buy this from these greedy guys now. And I can see why. Like it is overpriced.
There are good review bombings, and then there are bad review bombings. Like you can't just review bomb it because it went up in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like you could just be like, hey, it's a 4 out of 5 or whatever, but motherfuckers jacked up the price.
I had a lot of fun with the one I played last night. Because it's one of my favorite races. But we'll see about the other two because there's 3 of them. So
I made a comment last. What's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made 100 meter.
I made a comment last night in your live stream chat. Just that sometimes when it comes to like price hikes, I sometimes agree with the company. Depends on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this company doesn't have a reputation for doing that, I tend to think it was probably a first crack at the whip and trying to.
The Total War community's been on fire for about 6 months.
Yeah. So
and this is like the straw that's breaking the camel's back kind of thing.
Okay.
$10.
But
$10
I mean,
is what it takes to break a camel's back.
$10.
Add to it. It's a $25 DLC.
It's like half a game
for 3 characters.
Oh.
Usually it's 15.
It's like I don't know the DLCs when it comes to these strategy-based games.
Yeah. You gotta. I mean, the mechanic. Did
like
they?
A story expansion I can understand when it comes to.
No. It's nothing like that.
Was there any overhaul of any of the mechanics?
Nope.
So same mechanics.
Yep. Usually it comes with 3 new heroes and a rework to one of the old races just to like bring them up to date because the game's so large now. Yep, that's why everyone's pissed.
Well, and I mean,
I see.
This does a couple of things. It brings attention to them, which the Total War fan base is big, but I don't think it grows that fast. It depends on who's really promoting it on like things on platforms like Twitch and
it's more
YouTube.
of a shower, not a grower.
Yeah, exactly. So,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Total War is like hiking people up and it's like everyone's got to get into Total War and shit. No,
yeah, and I mean,
you're a fan. It's not a.
It's a really niche but loyal fan base.
Yeah,
and that's why they
But also the base game is not. I don't remember the base games being terribly expensive for Total Wars either.
Yeah, but there's not, lots of the content comes from the DLC. That's why.
Sure.
It's so expensive to get everything. It's probably $300.
I get
everything. I bet.
Chump change.
I guess this seems like the smallest offense in a scroll length list of like slights that gaming industry has done against its fan bases.
Yeah, because everyone's seen what they can get away with, so
Yeah.
this is just their crack at it.
Yeah, I just spent a shitload of money to play a game 5 days earlier when I could just wait the 5 days and get it for
could've waited
free.
5
on
days.
Xbox Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah,
I was like, nah, I'm spending it.
and then you have
Disposable income, bitch.
like who was it? It's Bethesda with Fallout 4 is like a famous example. Oh, it was Fallout 76. Fallout 76.
Oh my goodness!
This is an example of what a community should boycott around. And I don't think. I mean, people just stopped playing it, but that's not this organically
that
not
community
playing
never
the
got
game.
off the ground.
Well, Fallout's not
The
a
Fall-
fucking multiplayer game.
No.
It never should have been.
It never got off the ground.
Oh yeah,
it was
'cause
dead
they
on
shit
arrival.
the bed
Yeah.
right away.
Well, but then
It
they
was
had
buggy as fuck.
so
even for Bethesda.
in like some of our earliest episodes, I think one or two of our earliest episodes, we
Yeah.
talk about a YouTuber named Internet Historian.
Oh,
He
yeah,
has
yeah.
this hour-long video breakdown on what
So
happened with
funny.
Fallout 76.
It's so funny.
It's amazing. It's hilarious. But I mean, the fact that the gaming community didn't boycott or like rally around that, they just stopped organically playing it. And then you had the people who held in, and they were like, "But I'm gonna get this sweet leather satchel, like,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna stay loyal to it."
it's really
and then
good.
it came out to be, or like, no, it was canvas.
It's
And it
canvas
came out to be
and-
some polyester.
Oh,
like,
the merchandise.
Yeah.
The
and
merchandise
then the
was
rum.
bullshit.
They
and then
tried to
also,
sell the rum, and it was like a really cheap plastic bottle that if
Mm-hmm.
you tried to pour a drink, it didn't work at all. It was
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
it was so funny.
Everything
Oh,
about
yeah,
it
the
was a
Nuka
nightmare.
Cola.
Now,
And then also they had, like you'd play hours of the game or whatever, and then just randomly a bug would delete your entire inventory.
Yep.
Yum.
this is yeah, or you could just constant visual glitches. This is like, so now this is where your white privilege shows, Slim, a little bit, where now look at
Being
your
the
$10
variety in the room.
I
your
love
$10 additional DLC, and you compare that to Fallout 76.
Oh,
It
and they
feels a
got a
little
yearly
small,
subscription,
doesn't it?
too.
Doesn't feel like a
You're
little.
comparing apples to oranges.
What?
It's not the same. You're
Yeah,
not.
one's a DLC, one's you gotta pay to play.
A
the
full
game.
release
Pay
game?
to play.
But wasn't the full release game like $100 and something? Like it was $100 and change in
No,
the
it
like the
was,
deluxe edition.
regular price back in 2018.
2018.
I think it's got to be like 4 years older.
And it's not like, and I'm not saying this is why like it started with this. This is just the straw that broke the camel's back. They've been doing shit for 9 months that's been pissing the community off.
And as someone who's not participating in the boycott, I'm not actually
I'm not
asking you to
I'm
defend it.
not participating either. I bought it right away.
Obviously, you
and
played
I'm
it.
having a good time
Wow,
with it.
you probably drink Bud Light.
I should start.
Just throw the towel in. That was quick.
I give
I
a
shop at
boycott.
Target. I drink Bud Light.
As
Do we have any here? I'll go and grab one.
no, we don't.
Oh.
This is a Bud Light free zone.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess makes sense.
I don't know. I haven't seen. Have the rules been updated since? Because I don't
No,
don't drink, so I just
There's
looked at the
no-
last memo I received.
there's no going back to it.
There's no.
No going back. This state is boycotted.
Everyone's become accustomed to a new beer, so
Honestly, some stuff that's worthy of boycotts, and I think it's kind of happened ever since the what was it? Was it Nick Sparks the Call of Duty boycott around
yeah.
the
Nick Merckx.
Nick Merckx. Thank you.
It's like Nick Sparks is a singer. What was he doing?
He's
sounded
great.
like a porn star to me.
He does sound like a porn star. Nick Merckx. Ever since his controversy,
We know what you mean.
Removing a stroke. Ever since his controversy, of which we talked about a few podcasts back, Call of Duty struggled to like recover from some of that, and big streamers leaped off that platform. And I've been looking so forward to XDefiant. I've had my eyes glued on Twitter, watching for their updates and stuff like that. They are going to, on September 3rd, XDefiant is going to be participating in a huge world tournament. So it's going to be
Tomorrow?
yeah. Yep,
As
tomorrow.
of recording.
As of when we're recording. So this tournament will have come and gone, and results will have been posted. XDefiant will probably be out by the time this recording comes up. But we've been waiting forever because the original update said that we were going to have it in the summer. Well, August deadline comes and goes, and people are just looking at it like, give us anything, give us any announcement. Nothing. We hear that it's going to be a part of the tournament, which fantastic. That'll be a good way to preview it and get attention around it. But the game is going to drop hopefully
I'm still
soon.
skeptical of the game because it's Ubisoft.
There's reasons.
I don't have a lot of faith in them.
What I want from the game that it didn't deliver in the open beta was a more vanilla, more purist way to play it. For example, all of the different classes have special features and stuff like that. I'm like, just
Oh yeah, every shooter's got specialists and whatnot.
exactly.
So.
I'm like, put a separate game mode aside, a different lobby, a different matchmaking aside, a different gameplay without those, so everyone's on par. It's skill. It's skill-based. It's strategy-based. It's still a fast arcade shooter, so it's still going to be chaos, but take all of the nonsense, extra stuff out. I don't want that. If it's there, I'll play with it, but I don't want it. When I played XDefiant, that was one of my biggest frustrations, is that I had to look out.
It's not CSGO was your biggest frustration.
No,
Basically.
it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it is.
I don't like. I haven't. Oh, CS:GO. I thought you were saying Call of Duty. No, CS:GO is. I thought you said COD. When you said CS:GO, I heard COD. I don't know why. I'm weird. But
Okay.
Gay.
Well, Call of Duty's CS:GO's getting its update. Source 2's out, and so that's getting.
Dude, that game will never die. It's been around for what, 13 years?
Source 2 could kill it. Honestly, you have a lot of YouTubers hyping it, but the game mode itself is actually a lot less fun. I genuinely enjoy it a lot less. I actually went and played a bunch of the maps in the pre-releases that they've been doing, and I went back to what I've been playing now. I'm not into it, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
We'll never recover.
Call of Duty's got its anti voice chat toxicity ban for bad words thing going
So
on.
how are they gonna enforce that? It can't be voice chat. How
It's
would
an
they, how would
AI.
they be able to tell?
It's an AI that
What?
that
Just sitting in the
basically
lobby
goes
with you?
over everyone's like voice chat, and then like it's triggered by certain words or whatever's considered hate speech by I guess
Jeez.
Activision.
These kids would never have survived a Modern Warfare 2
God, I
from
miss those days.
2009 lobby.
Well,
Back when like the term gamer word comes from.
Yeah, you would like pop into a lobby and it'd be 10 people screaming at each other.
Screaming. This AI is going to be super racist because in the results of what this will look like, you will see black gamers completely purged from the platform for saying the N-word.
That's true.
They will. This
so
AI
true.
is going to be on paper in a year from now. On paper, when this thing launches and when it goes live.
What if it sends you a message like it's like, "Hey, you said the N-word. Please pick your race."
So you're saying I could check the box and I'm good?
Just check a box and it's like, just trying to be subtle. Check a box for us, please. Like,
What
what's
is your
this
ethnicity?
for?
I will change my ethnicity to get the pass.
Person of color. Oh, okay. You can say whatever the fuck
I
you
prefer not to. I prefer not to say.
want. I identify as.
Well, AI tend to be pretty specific and analytical. So I'm wondering if at the beginning of this thing, it's going to hit so hard.
Yeah, it's gonna purge.
It's going to hit the community so damn hard.
What I heard was day one, it flagged like 1 million people right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cows, that's a lot.
Yeah. So
And also it's like it determines like hate speech or whatever, but it's so undefined that it's like, what is hate speech according to Activision or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and
What if you're in a lobby? I guess could you go in party chat? There's no way it could like sense you. Then it's talking about talking in a lobby.
well, like Discord,
I think,
Or
but it can go beyond.
Xbox chat.
Xbox party chat. Oh yeah, Xbox. Well, there's the. So actually, I was hoping we'd
Then
get
you're just
more
talking
out
to
of the
your
Call of
buddies, and
Duty
you
one.
should be able to say whatever you want to your buddies. You know.
Well, Xbox is doing something similar. They're not using AI, but actually with Xbox Party Chat, you can record conversations and report those conversations and get people banned from Xbox devices and services that way. So
I'd
there's...
say I get way more hate in messages than I do in actual lobbies. Like after a game or whatever, they'll just send you a message and just
You
like
suck butt.
ripping you
And
apart.
you're like,
Well,
It's like, all right.
so, I mean, Call of Duty, I do want to talk about Xbox and their things at some point, but I want to stay on Call of Duty for a moment. When XDefiant was supposed to release soon, Call of Duty was like, we're going to release Modern Warfare 3. It's going to have all of these original maps. We're going to fix the gun mechanics. We're going to fix and adjust the health pools. We're going to fix and adjust the gameplay. We're going to make the matchmaking lobbies work the way they used to work. So it's not so it's a rolling lobby. So it's not a new lobby every game.
So I didn't even know there was a huge problem with the multiplayer of
COD?
Modern Warfare. Because
I had
2
fun.
would be the last
I'm
one. Huh?
fine with it. I mean,
I only played it basically on release.
I played it for a few months. That's because all my buddies from college jumped on it, and they were all big Call of Duty players. But I guess we all stopped. I
Yeah.
don't play if they don't play.
No, I think that would get me back into it just to play the campaign.
Yeah,
I wish you could just like.
I
have,
can't
like,
play
a-
Call of Duties by myself.
I wish there was like a $20 option to where it's like you just buy the campaign.
You know, I think they had that. You know, quite a few years ago they had that. They're like, oh, here's a campaign and here's the whole game.
Because like I don't give a
They should do
fuck
that.
about Call of Duty. I just want the campaign.
Just make it $20 so a person. You know how much money you probably get. 'Cause
What
a lot
we
of people are
doing
like, oh,
here
I
on
just.
X.
Don't worry about it.
You showing us X videos?
I'm trying to find the list of updates that Modern Warfare gave out at the beginning of this month, because it was a pretty impressive list, but a lot of people were reacting to it saying this is just a response to XDefiant, and you feel threatened by XDefiant, so now you're giving the community everything we've asked for, and you waited for years. Because so I'm looking at a list of all the maps that are going to be brought into Modern Warfare 3, and I'm sitting here thinking,
Might as well be Modern Warfare 2.
Those are all Modern Warfare 2 maps.
No, there's some Modern Warfare 1. Skid Row.
Skid Row,
Oh, that's Modern
Underpass.
Warfare 2. Never mind.
so
That's all Modern Warfare 2.
all of the maps that they want to bring in for Modern Warfare 3 are maps we've been asking for Call of Duty to bring into Modern Warfare 2.
Classic.
Really anything. Just give us any freaking sense that you're hearing us on what the things we want in this game. And they just refuse to do it. Now all of a sudden they're saying, "Oh, we've been paying attention to the community and we're finally giving you guys what you asked for." I'm like, you dropped this announcement on August 20th, 5 days before XDefiant was supposed to release. There's no way that's not the same. That's not an attack on XDefiant trying to stem the bleeding.
It's just
Sure.
competitors.
Yeah, but the fact
It's
that they're
hey, look at me.
Yeah.
This
Look over
just-
here.
this honestly for me just shows me how much they despise the community, because they only did this reactionary to somewhat to them being threatened that someone will jump off their
You
platform.
know, with all the controversy and all that stuff going on with Call of Duty, the one thing, if they just implement this again, that would get me back, regardless of all the crap they've done. They could kick puppies. I don't even care. Is if they brought back the commando perk.
Yeah.
To where you can just run around the map knifing people.
Oh, yeah.
You can just like lunge 20 meters.
Yeah. And you didn't have any drop damage, so you could literally just put on the run, sprint forever, sprint a little quicker, commando.
Yeah, it was like my first gamer tag. It was like McKnifey, and I was just
Oh my
I had like
gosh.
thousands of knife kills over everything.
I actually was I was actually one of the first people to get the platinum knife in Modern Warfare when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
Because I went hard.
You are that skin hunter though.
Yeah. You can't say it like that.
Yeah, I'll say it like
Is that a legit-
I was gonna like say like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said it. Yeah, I'll keep it like that.
Skin hunter.
Skin
Yeah,
hunter.
that's good. I like it.
No, but the commando perk is something
That's a good name right there.
the melee in
gamer take.
XDefiant. The melee in XDefiant during the open beta was actually really bad. They really focused on the gunplay mechanics, and they did very
melee
little
in
to make the
any
melee better.
First-person shooter sucks ass now.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to, because the recipe already exists for the perfect soup. So I mean, it's right there. Just make the same thing that happened right there. The commando perk do you remember when the commando perk got nerfed? You had commando, then you had commando pro,
Yep.
And then there was an update that nerfed it because
Oh,
it was
yeah,
so
that's right,
damn
you could
good.
Upgrade the It was still good.
Well, that was the same thing that happened in Modern Warfare.
You're basically a fucking ninja surrounded by dudes with fully automatic guns.
Yeah.
You ever go on YouTube?
Stab happy.
Go on YouTube and watch Terrorizer Black Ops. And so Terrorizer is a YouTuber who and he plays with all of my other favorite YouTubers. The Vanos crew is their group
Yeah,
title.
I know who you're talking about.
If you go back and watch any of the videos where they're playing Nuketown, he goes around the map and he just stabs everyone because they're playing gun game. And so he's not going for the win.
yeah.
He's just trolling everyone.
Yeah.
It is the most amazing rage baity hilariousness. It's
Yeah.
so damn funny. It's so fun. I hope
Is
I
that
can
where
get
you
a clip
get
of
like
that.
the couple seconds or whatever after you kill someone, you hear their mic?
Yeah.
And they're just
No.
screaming?
This is Black Ops. This is like they were recording together. You hear all of them talking
Oh, okay.
concurrently.
And he's just knifing everybody.
Yeah,
and-
it's the funniest. It's so damn funny listening to these people rage because they get they're YouTubers. They make money when they like go over the top, and so they really sell it that they're over the top on this. It's so damn funny. So yeah, that's definitely worth a watch. I hope that
Well, did you guys played the remakes of Modern Warfare 1 and 2, right? The
Yeah.
campaigns.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What did you guys think of it compared to the originals?
Fact that no Russian was missing from the remake, I'm over it. I'm
Well, it's
pissed.
like no original missions are there from.
Yeah. Oh wait, Are you talking about the reboot, the Modern Warfare 1, 2 Modern, like the 2019 and 2020?
Yeah, compared to the OGs.
Oh, okay.
They
So
were fine.
I played all the way through the campaign on 1, and I started the campaign on 2, but quickly dropped it. I was just not into it on 2, which is a shame because I heard Modern Warfare 2 actually had a good. I heard it had a good campaign. I just didn't care.
I think it was better than 1.
Yeah,
Call
I
of
thought it was
Duty.
good.
I think Call of Duty phoned it in. I really don't think that they gave. They gave it the graphics that people want, but none of the like seriousness, depth, and everything's felt really stupid.
I think you're off on that one.
I don't know, man. I mean
I almost kind of perceive it as like you got Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, the OGs.
Yep.
And then you got the remakes. It's just the same characters and basically a new world.
Yeah.
Basically.
Which is why I think I don't think it holds a candle to the original story. I really don't think it's even close.
I mean, 2 I played the shit out of.
Oh yeah.
Which 2?
The OG 2.
Okay,
Yep,
thank
same
you. I'm
here.
like, you gotta
That's
help
the
me here
one-
with this. This is gonna be a hard conversation to keep up with.
That's the one I played the most of too. Yeah.
The OG Modern Warfare series, I think,
Ghost
was
is my boy.
yeah, yep. I think the OG Modern Warfare series was
That
fantastic.
old white guy did him dirty.
Shepard.
Fucking whites.
Yeah, get rid of them. All of them.
That old
Purge.
white man.
Get rid of the whites.
Kill Ghost.
And Roach.
Oh,
and
they
Roach.
did Ghost and Roach so dirty in
I
that.
was wondering if Roach is going to appear in the new series.
I thought he did.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they replaced him with that black kid. What the hell's his name? Kyle or some shit?
Yeah, Kyle sounds right. But this is
They still got Soap, though. Soap's dope.
the Modern Warfare, the current Modern Warfare series that we're on, the 2020s Modern Warfare. There you go. That'll work. Those campaigns just didn't feel like there was anything in them for me. They felt like they were just a cheap knockoff of the original, and
I felt they seemed more realistic.
that's for me is like the inverse of what I want.
It's like playing Sicario.
I don't.
You see that movie?
Sicario, yeah,
Yeah.
It was when it came out. But what was that, like 10 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it in 10
Same
years.
director as Dune.
I don't want the games to focus on the quality of the visuals, just the story. And I mean, if it gets better, fantastic. But you know, the reason all of these games are 300 gigs to download and play like crap and always come out with bugs is because they hyper focus on the visuals. You're never going to convince me that these are worth the trade-off. These visuals are almost never worth the trade-off.
That's why I say $20 for the campaign. Bam, done.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd pay $20, get
I
the
paid
campaign.
30.
You'd pay 30?
I'd pay 30.
Well, I'd pay 31
No.
I wouldn't.
with tax.
Couple change.
With tip.
Does anyone even have change anymore?
I have change. Change.
I haven't seen a quarter in years.
Hold on. Let me go get one. So, Xbox doing the AI, or I'm sorry, Call of Duty doing the AI with voice chat. I don't think that they're going to be the only ones to do this, but I do believe that it is the death of voice chat. I don't think that any gaming community wants this like that, the way they're selling it. No, I don't think trash talk dies.
Yeah, you can't
competition.
You can't
People
talk
want
shit
to
anymore.
trash talk.
Yep. So I think that if you have, I think what will probably happen is people will develop a voice chat for games that people can register into.
Mod it out.
Well, or make it like a file, like an app you can download. Because on the Xbox, you can download third-party apps through the Xbox Store. I think I haven't had an Xbox in 5 years.
I don't know. I recently got mine back. By recently, I mean yesterday.
Slim, you can download apps.
I don't know.
You can download Netflix.
Well, yeah. You
Okay,
can do
cool.
all that shit.
I was just trying to get there.
I don't know about an app where you can have a different voice chat.
That's not a thing. That won't be a thing.
What do you mean, like Discord?
I have no idea.
Well,
Discord, I think, is on it. So yeah, but that's just like with your friends kind of chat. That's not like random lobby chat.
So Destiny had a companion app that synced up with everything, or synced up with the community, and I think it was. I wish Mithras was here. He would know all about this. But the companion app actually synced up with lobbies and actually was able to to track the lobbies that people were in and play with.
That's very inconvenient.
It's
Everything should just be in game.
It's not worth it.
No.
People are going to spend the time for that.
well. Do you think the community will settle for? Do you think the community will
never
just mute
settles.
themselves? Do you think the community will just
Yes.
mute themselves to like comply with the new
Yes.
AI and not get banned?
No, I think everyone will let everything slip until they're
Yeah.
silenced.
'Cause-
It'll mostly be game awards, quote unquote, towards Microsoft and Activision and whatnot.
We'll just all speak in Russian.
Everyone will just be like, yeah, just bitching them out as if they were in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Oh man, I think the AI is going to purge more players. I think it's going to keep hitting.
What?
Because Call of Duty,
then you end up banning players. It's like, well,
Call of
you're
Duty needs this
losing
community.
revenue. Then,
Yeah.
Also,
because I don't think that the Be Nice to Each Other campaigns have been all that helpful for Call of Duty since they
Fuck
started
no.
that. They did the.
bullying is there for a reason.
I agree. It builds character.
Yeah.
And it's the reason the swirly was invented. Where would we be without the bullying with the swirlies?
Have you ever gotten a swirly?
No, I don't want it.
I don't think anyone. Yeah, you're too damn tall.
Too damn tall.
Slim over here. What's a swirly? You had to use one of those floor toilets.
I've heard about them. I think someone tried to attempt it once at our school, and then it was just too difficult because you need like two dudes, and you gotta hold it. It's like a keg stand into a toilet.
Yep. So
It's too much work.
So Dune 2 is postponed. Segue. So Dune 2 is postponed to March now.
No.
Darth Vader, chill.
What? What was the reasoning?
Evanescence, chill. No, Dune 2 postponed to March. I haven't heard any news about any others. Napoleon, haven't heard news
Haven't
of it.
heard.
It's so close though.
The Marvels almost got postponed.
I think
Aw.
I think they made it clear. I don't know if it was I don't know who involved in that project, but someone came out and said that they really just can't postpone that.
Yeah, well, one, there's no fucking point. No one cares about that movie anyway.
Yep. It'll do better without the actors promoting it. By far.
Yeah, and there's no end in sight to the strikes either. Which is fucking ridiculous. Well, okay. There is one, if like Napoleon gets postponed, maybe it'll come out on Apple TV. But I'd much rather
God,
see it in
no.
theaters.
No.
I have Apple
Don't
TV.
do that. I don't.
I'll share it. We live together.
I don't want it. I don't want to support Apple.
We live together.
You can be pro Chinese slave labor. I'm not. That's
Oh yeah,
That's a you thing.
Apple's the only one that does that.
Exclusively.
And it's
No.
not. No, Chinese do their own slave labor. We do it from other Asian countries.
True. I'm just checking to see if Napoleon was delayed. It looks like it is still November 22nd. So it looks like there is no change on that front.
22nd. I thought it was on Thanksgiving. Does Thanksgiving change? Oh yeah, it's the last Thursday of the month. It's
Yeah.
not the 25th. I always think it's the 25th.
Why am I
for some
clicking
fucking
on
reason.
everything? I need to stop.
Because I remember, I just want to sit down, eat some turkey, and watch some French dude.
I
Yeah.
want to watch a French massacre.
Well, when was Dune supposed to... Dune was supposed to come out like November 3rd, right? It's like early November.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we missed it by like 2 months. We're only 2 months away.
Not anymore, you're not.
Dude, I'm just- like, there's nothing left to look forward to except for Napoleon this year. And
The
we're in.
anniversary of Return
got-
of the King.
Oh, dude, do you think our theaters are gonna replay it?
No.
I want them to. Why
might.
wouldn't they?
They might, because
They have-
nothing else is coming out.
And it's a Christmas event, and
Lord of the
there's
Rings is a
nothing.
Christmas movie. I mean,
I didn't say it was a
always
Chris-
came out.
It came out in December around Christmas. That was when it was released. I don't know that it's a Christmas movie. I mean,
I'll only go to it
If it's
if
Chris-
they're playing the extended edition.
ooh,
It's like 3 hours long.
It's
ain't
like
it?
four and a half.
four and change.
Goodness.
Yeah, the extended edition. Well, I mean,
I
but
can't go back to theatrical.
I
I'd
could.
be like, where the fuck was that? They cut out that one?
Well, I
I'd be
mean,
distracted the entire time.
how long is the theatrical of Return of the King?
I want to say 3.
It's probably around 3. So,
Because they're all long as fuck to begin with.
Yeah.
looking for runtime.
I think you went. It's like at the beginning of the fucking IMDb.
No.
All right.
No, as he's going down to the comment section.
Yeah, he's going to go all the way down to
right there, maybe?
parental rating. 3 hours and
21 minutes. That's still a long
What?
theatrical. We basically only get 1 hour of extra content.
That is a long ass theatrical.
That's a huge theatrical. The fact that
What do you mean only a 1 hour of extra content?
compared to like, because even the 1 hour of extra content isn't everything.
You know there are actually longer versions
Yeah.
that they just haven't released.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like, it's like an hour is not everything. They didn't give us everything. The fact this
I want
movie,
a 6-hour movie.
the fact that,
If you watched all 3 back to back, it'd be like an 18-hour day.
so I'm looking at the numbers on Return of the King.
What'd you do this Saturday? Oh,
So,
I watched the Lord of the Rings
In
series.
2003, this movie had a $100 million budget, or estimated $94 million budget, and it grossed over $1 billion. 1,147 million and more numbers.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
here you just gave up.
I
halfway
gave
through
up.
that.
Yeah, that's a lot of 3s and 6s. I'm over
Well, it
it.
was like it was an accumulative budget of all 3 films.
Yeah, so it's like
because they shot them back to back.
30 million realistically.
A year of shooting.
Yeah. But I mean, this is like what you were saying, what you say in other episodes, Cody, is like the cost of a ticket has inflated over the last 20 years so dramatically.
Yeah.
The fact they still made $1 billion, and this isn't adjusted for modern prices. This is the old number, and it's still over $1 billion.
Holy cows.
Yeah.
And it won 11 Academy Awards
From
which
2003,
no one really cares
it's
about.
20 years old.
You guys thought the runtime was at the top.
right there.
Idiots. Dummies. I found it at the bottom. Now I'm here.
You did, but I mean,
All right.
You suck at Googling.
Well, also, before we jump into the war room, I just want to throw out there that Dune 3, the script,
Going back to Dune 3.
the script is already partially written. We will see a third Dune. It's guaranteed. Talks
no,
too much
it's-
guarantee.
No, it's not guaranteed. What if it flops and then they're like, cancel it all?
Dune 2, first off, Dune 2 won't flop. That won't happen. Scientifically impossible.
It was all up to Dune 1.
It's all recorded. If
Because
it
if Dune
flops
1
now,
didn't
it's,
do
we
good,
have proof.
if Dune 1 didn't do good, then they were just going to cancel the whole thing. But it did, so now they're in for the long haul.
Well,
Which they
and
fucking should be.
well, and the director of the Dune series,
Say his name?
Denis Villeneuve. Vu.
You are. Yeah, that's the American version, yeah.
I thought I was pretty close. Dennis. We'll call him Dennis. We'll call him Jared.
Denis Villeneuve.
He says that he wants to keep the franchise running, which is what I want.
Well, the 3 movies are just book 1, basically.
Yep. But
And there's 6 books.
he wants the continuation of the story.
Or
So
more.
he wants more of this franchise to keep growing.
I don't even know how you do the other ones because it gets really fucking weird.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of franchises that you could tame down the bizarreness and still make it work. I mean,
you have to have a 5,000-year-old worm-human hybrid as the emperor.
Yep.
You can't get away from that because that's a big part of the story.
No, I know. But that's like how you
I like
could.
how it's like totally out of context and no one's gonna be
Yeah,
like, what?
read Dune. No, but I think that this is I want to see more from this universe. If it gets weird, I say lean into it. Bring in the visuals. I mean, the story obviously.
I only care about the 3 right now. I
I-
really don't care about the rest of it. You could do either or. Just nail the 3 of the first book with
Stick the landing.
Paul. I like how they have such generic names 10,000 years in the future.
Paul.
Yeah.
Atreides. Atreides.
That's a good name.
It is a pretty cool name. I'm gonna name my son Atreides. Just kidding. All right. I think we should probably move into the war room. I just wanted to get that Dune
we got
stuff.
more to talk about.
We got a lot more to talk about, but we got to get into the war room and get that started if we're going to. Do you want to do you want to skip the war room,
No, we can go with the worm.
Slim?
I don't care.
You don't care? You don't care at all?
That's right. You guys are on
You don't
a
even
tight
have an-
schedule.
We are today. We got a lot going on.
We have a live stream in an hour and 15 minutes
2 live streams
across
today.
town. We got to go.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be exhausting.
Yeah, that a 10 hours of live streaming is going to be a bit too much, I think. But we'll try it.
We'll see.
We'll
I'll
get as far as
basically
we
be
can.
playing a game as long as you guys are. So
Yeah, you won't even have us on in the background to support us. You're just
No.
going to
I
exclusively
accept that.
just gonna play Starfield.
So, with that said, we are going to move into the war room and we'll sing it out with ourselves together. Diddly-doo, 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 diddly-doo.
I thought you were gonna break out the acoustic guitar.
Diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly.
Mr. President, I think they're trying the number.
You filthy bully, you filthy you sell you guy, not tasted karate before, eh? You wore my thing for it.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
All right, we are in the war room.
That's trademarked.
Yeah.
Trademark.
That's why I do a parody. It's a parody. It's fair use.
It's a cover.
For this episode of The War Room, we are talking about the mechanisms that make up our favorite video games. What are the most important mechanics in a video game? And what is an example of it properly or most successfully executed? Just to start off, just to make sure that we're all on the same page with it, I'll start off and just give my 2 cents on this. I think that with the majority of games, and obviously this is genre specific, I think with the majority of games that focus around combat, I think everything else must come second. No, fuck you. I think everything else comes second to combat. I think combat is the closest thing to gameplay in anything in that genre, and if you don't have a fun, interesting, enticing gameplay like combat, nothing else in the game is going to pull you in, and it's not going to matter. If you have a poor combat system, you're probably going to check out. I don't think there's anything else that's going to hold you into a
Not
game.
true for me.
Then you have like a good example. My best example of this for like combat would be like For Honor. So For Honor, Slim, have you played For Honor?
Yeah.
So For Honor, the lock-on system, the fact that you're 1v1ing, the way the combat flows, where you have to match your opponent's targeting, and you do damage based on the success of your combos, I think is just perfectly executed. When I build my video game, I'm probably going to emulate in some characteristics of that.
Sounds when
What's that?
when you build your video.
Yeah.
It'll happen. I just got to
Game. Yeah.
I just got to learn a lot.
Besides, the game, the book, the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to build. Yeah. It's on my list. The movie. The movies.
I'm
Screenwriting.
trying to do everything.
I had another idea of like
The Howard Hughes of entertainment.
there's a show that
You're gonna be locked
ended.
in your room, pissing in jars.
There's a show that got canceled in
trying to
2007,
program Tetris.
and I was thinking about it getting canceled. I was like, what would I could save that franchise. I could singularly
Me alone.
I could save
could
it.
save that.
But no,
I think there's a bit of narcissism creeping in there.
I am amazing. We have 90 subscribers.
I want it all.
We are huge. We're powerful. No, combat. Combat is the most important mechanism in any game that uses a combat system, and if it's not a good combat system, I don't think it holds.
Does Mortal Kombat have a good combat system?
I think it has a super iconic combat system.
It's combat with a K, so it doesn't really count as the.
Oh, damn. Oh,
Oh.
you caught me on a technicality.
Yeah.
Oh, technicality spelt with a K. You dick.
Okay.
That's a good rapper name.
Yeah, technicality with a K. That is a great rapper name.
Sorry to throw you off. I just got
I don't-
super into Mortal Kombat lately.
Well, Mortal Kombat does have a good combat system. The
I
combo.
already got the next one pre-ordered.
Oh, nice. With Homelander and Omni-Man.
Omni-Man? Dude, I'll play the shit out of Omni-Man. He's the GOAT.
What? 17 more years, Mark. What's 17?
Think, Mark!
Okay. Well, prove me wrong, Slim.
Oh, you were looking at him. You threw me off. I'm gonna go with a good skill / leveling up system, something you can work towards.
Like a skill tree.
Basically, something that will keep you enticed to keep playing the game. Because I've played through grindy games that the combat system's getting old, but I wanted to get to the end of the perk tree or leveling or see where I can get my stats to go and see how powerful my character can get.
You're like a numbers nerd when it comes to
I like
You
I
really
like
are.
to see the
those
numbers go up.
Yeah.
You really are. Yeah. I mean,
Big numbers make me happy.
I like to see them 6 digits, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've noticed that. You actually, when you try to teach me a game, you actually go very into the percentages.
I love percentages
And I
the big numbers.
and I hate it.
Oh, I
No.
love it. That's too bad.
No, it's fantastic.
That's
It's
too
good.
bad.
Okay, so who does it best?
I really liked. This is kind of an older game, but Torchlight. That's pretty good, like looter numbers game. I like that one a lot because you go throughout the whole game, and it just it's like a Diablo-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, you're just getting your numbers and your stats, and all of a sudden you get to the end game. Torchlight 1 and 2 are both really good.
Not Fleshlight.
And like all of a sudden it changes. You get to the very end gear and it like changes your builds completely. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, this one spell does this now instead.
I'm
So
surprised
then
you
it's
don't
a-
play more MMOs, to be honest.
I've played a couple. Just too time consuming.
Yeah, it's like you
So-
gotta dedicate your life
You
to
really
it.
do.
So Torchlight did it best.
That Diablo 3 did really good.
I played Diablo
really like
3,
Diablo
and
3.
I do feel like the leveling up in Diablo 3 made a lot more sense to me than the leveling up in Diablo 4.
Well, Diablo 3 was just like
Really? It's not that complicated.
It just didn't feel like any of the changes I was.
You're a FPS kind of guy.
Well, the
You're not
changes
used
I
to-
made didn't feel like they translated into the game. So even
That's
if I
'cause you made shit decisions.
and you weren't stacking your percentages.
You gotta
Our big
learn,
numbers supposed to
dude.
go brr if you don't stack them all.
Get good, cuz.
oh man, I hate Diablo 4. I hate that game.
It
So
didn't keep my
those are
interest.
some good examples. And another one I played a lot of was The Division 1 and 2.
Division had great combat.
It did have a really good combat.
It had maybe that was the most important thing about it.
And that's not true.
It's almost like you wouldn't even upgrade anything if you didn't play the
That's-
shoot the guns.
I like I like how the pew pews felt. Them
This
free
one goes pew pew a little bit faster.
Some pew pews a
This
little
one goes
faster.
pew pew a little slower, but it hits
stronger,
harder.
so,
This one has lots of pew pews.
um,
Fire freedom seeds.
yeah, freedom bullets.
This one spits at 3 bullets a second.
Yep. So that's my
Shooting ropes.
vote.
That means something different. That's not what that means.
What are we talking about? Sorry. I was thinking about something else.
So if you could import like a skill tree system from one game into a different and have it translate proper, what would you like? For me, I would pull the leveling up system from Skyrim into Bannerlord because I like the leveling up system in
I
Bannerlord.
hate the leveling system on Skyrim.
Well, obviously a lot of those skills don't translate into into Bannerlord. But if they did, I think that was actually really nice.
As an RPG in itself, it's
Well-
like if they use that and everything else,
Well, Bannerlord is so in Bannerlord you have a skill. It's one singular solid line, and it goes. Do you want the top choice or the bottom choice as you progress along? With Skyrim, every skill had facets that broke off and gave you more flexibility.
Okay, yeah.
So I would like.
I was thinking about just like earning a skill
Yeah.
in order, because like you just have to use that weapon or whatever, and then you just like build it up. I didn't like it.
Because even though Bannerlord has a really in-depth progression system with the RPG tree that it has, it's one line and you get a north or south choice, and they don't branch off onto their own tangents. So if you want to improve your smithing, you can't choose, I want to be great at smithing with swords or daggers or axes, and then get better as you progress along the axes path. It's you move through and your endurance goes up, or you add an extra number here, or you add this here.
I like numbers.
But there's you I'm sure you do. But of course you do.
Speaking of leveling up, Slim, what do you think of like Fallout 3 and New Vegas's way of like you
Oh yeah.
get a level up and then you put your points into whatever the long list is.
Yep.
And then every couple levels or whatever, you get a new perk.
Yep. It was like every level you get like 15 points to divvy out how you like, and then every like 2 to 4 levels.
That was my favorite.
That was
Mostly
very
because
good,
that was
yeah.
like my first introduction to RPGs. But
Those did have good leveling systems because like every level you got points to distribute it to like a percentage of those points what you wanted. Because then you'd be like, oh, I'm 4 points away from lockpicking and explosives to get to the next tier. I can chuck it all into them. Or if you're like, well, I don't really need anything, so let's chuck it all to weapons so I do more damage.
throw it all into intelligence to the next level. You get even more
Yep.
experience.
I thought they did a very good job.
Yeah, that was
I
my
like
favorite.
both those leveling systems very well. I thought you could add those even to. They should have kept those and chucked that into like a Skyrim game or.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like the Skyrims as much, because I was so into the Fallout's way of leveling
Here,
up.
let's make 8,000 daggers. Now I'm a smithing god. And it's like, oh, come
You
on.
just sit there at the smithy forever.
Can I just go fight a guy and level up my smithing? Why do I gotta make 8,000 daggers?
Yeah.
I think
It
I
makes
would have
more
changed.
sense, but-
Well, it
Well-
does, but it's not as much fun gameplay wise.
No, this is the problem with smithing engines in most games. The smithing mechanics in most games, like Bannerlord's smithing, it's also super grindy, and which is why I don't do it. But the game I tried it in, it took forever to get to the weapons that made it worth it, and by that late in the game, they're not worth it. So, if you're that far in the game where you've put in like 10 hours into a campaign or more, and your character's progressed and you've conquered a city or two, and you've finally gotten the higher tiers of smithing, you're already able to afford the best weapons in the game,
So
and
what's
you
the
just
point?
buy them. So it's like it is a really easy way to cheese the money system, because you can make great weapons and sell them, but there's other ways to make money, and when you're further in the game.
Rich as fucking Skyrim.
Maybe
and
that-
also you download the mod Rich Merchants.
Yep.
So they never run out of money.
Uh,
It's like Starfield kind of does the same thing, because it's like you can, like, say you want to put in a perk to where you can sprint longer, and then like it has a challenge for you, and it's like, all right, sprint until basically you can't breathe anymore 20 times, and then you can just sprint back and forth.
Yeah,
and then upgrade that perk again.
a leveling
But
system.
another one is like another one's like you can carry more weight without being over encumbered, and it's like have 20 or 75% of your pack full and
For
run
a mile.
1,000 kilometers or whatever.
Because you're getting stronger or whatever.
if
yeah.
if
I
you
guess.
And it's like, all
It's
right,
not
now you can
terrible.
upgrade it.
yeah, I mean a smithing
But you
challenge
don't have to upgrade it.
it would be like
There's-
put mini games into these skills that are put mini games into skills so that you have an opportunity to level up in a rapid way, but you're still playing a game. And hell, if you like the mini games that are attached to certain skills, maybe it gives you a better excuse to grind.
Yeah, but
those
there
out.
are no mini games really attached to certain skills. It's basically
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Oh,
put
okay.
them in there. Like
Have you
if-
played oh, what the fuck is it? Not Fairy Tale. What the hell is it?
I know what game you're talking about. That's the one I was thinking of.
while you guys ponder that, let me just talk to you about the so Skyrim actually and other games like Skyrim. You get your sneak leveled up
By
through
sneaking.
you get a lockpicking skill. Isn't
Yeah.
that attached to sneak?
No,
What's that?
lockpicking and stealth is different.
Okay. Well, specifically the lockpicking skill.
Fable. That's
Looking it up, I was like, it's gonna drive me nuts. Fable does that,
they actually have mini games in order to like. You're also like
Yep.
earning money and,
and you earn
whatnot.
Yeah.
money with it while
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Well, lockpicking in Skyrim is a great example of
nuts.
like you put a mini game into this to level up that skill.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you can find creative ways to do that in everything,
Was
you'll
it
be
Fallout 4 that started that? The rotation, like you have, like you zoom in on the lock, and then you turn this one. A certain way.
Oblivion was Oblivion first.
I didn't play much
Oblivion
of
did
Oblivion.
it.
I don't
Didn't
remember.
Skyrim
Did
come
it?
out before Fallout 4?
No.
You sure?
Well, Fallout 4, yes. Fallout 3 though. Fallout 3 was
Oh.
2008. Skyrim was 2011,
Okay,
and
Gotcha.
then
Oblivion
was
must
like
have been before that. Oblivion was like
2007.
2006.
I gotcha.
2006, 2007,
Something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Oblivion must have did it first then.
Whoever invented the
Now that
lockpicking game.
now that lockpicking is in everything.
Everything.
Yeah, because it's a good mechanic.
It is.
It
So
was.
maybe I changed my answer. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
like I'm so good at it that I never need to level up lockpicking. or
No,
anything.
right? I got really good at it too.
All right. Cody, what's yours?
Oh, game mechanic?
Yeah. The topic we've been talking about. For
Well, well, we've been stuck on this for a while.
That's true.
Well, I'm a narrative-driven guy, and so I would like just like character choice, not in like skill tree or how they use combat or whatever, but how the story evolves.
Okay.
It's like if you put a fucking dialogue option in front of me that one path leads to another path or whatever, it's like I'm a sucker for that. Telltale games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yep.
I like those systems as well.
That's a good one.
It's
That-
like
Yeah.
because you guys are talking about like combat and like skill trees and whatnot, and Mass Effect 2 has a horrible skill tree. There's basically nothing there. Combat is just, a cover
Yeah.
shooter, nothing really special. But
Yep.
it's the story and the story choices that set it apart for being one of like the greatest BioWare game of all time.
What is your impression of ChatGPT and AI getting introduced to voice chat or to chat mechanics and dialogue boxes in games?
That'd probably just be NPC guys, right?
Well, it depends.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, if
but that's
it's
what
like
dialogue
someone-
boxes are. You interact with the NPC, the story progresses accordingly. But that's what the ChatGPT.
No, I meant like non-important characters. You can't like say anything and the main story changes. No
I-
way is a game going to be dynamic.
No,
enough
it's
for
just
that.
like
Still pretty young.
It would just be like the AI writing the line or whatever for said character, and then a developer has to come up with those responses. But it would just, it doesn't really work unless you just get a randomized back and forth through
Yeah.
AIs. Like he says this,
you
and
start a
then you get-
legitimate conversation with your in-game girlfriend or
And-
something like.
and then you get a choice of this, which an AI provided for you. And I don't know.
Do you think it? Do you think there's a point that AI could get to that would?
I'm actually kind of really sick of the AI discussion, to be honest.
No, I mean it's here.
Yeah, I know. It's just everyone's always talking about it all the time.
Sure. I get-
And
I was just curious as it relates specifically to your.
I don't know. I don't have
topic.
any tangible thing to go off of to where it's like, okay, yes, if the AI is like an AI developed AI for writing specifically and dialogue,
I gotcha.
but it can't just be like an all-around AI like Skynet and just be like, hey,
Yeah. I gotcha.
yeah, if it writes good dialogue,
Which
Sure, why not?
Which game has the most? I would, based on my limited knowledge, because I don't play a ton of games with dialogue boxes. That I mean, my dialogue boxes.
You don't play a ton of games.
Well, Bannerlord has dialogue boxes, but the dialogue boxes just determine whether or not you succeed in convincing someone of a thing. It's not necessarily. It doesn't affect the game necessarily. Now, the games you play, it can significantly affect the game. It seems like KOTOR is the one that
That's what I was
has the
gonna say.
most significant impact from those decisions.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can-
early BioWare, basically.
burn the world
Any
to the
other
ground.
games. Like Jade Empire, KOTOR, Mass Effect.
Who did it best? It's kind of what I'm getting at.
BioWare. As a company?
Well,
Or
as a game, who executed it best? Or what was the best execution of the tool?
I gotta say Mass Effect, too.
Mass Effect 2?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
There's just so
Yeah.
many outcomes, and like if you just don't make the right decisions,
I mean,
you
the
can-
last
everyone can end up
mission,
dead.
you can have all of your crewmates survive,
Or
none
all
of
of
your
them
crewmates
die.
survive, half of them survive.
And what's
it
even
just
better,
kinda changes.
it's a continuing story. So it's not like you can go into 3 and you'd be like, everyone's fine. Like, no, if you lose everybody, they're not alive in the next game.
Right.
So it matters.
I miss that.
That was actually really cool because I
Dragon
picked up.
Age tried that shit, but they put it on like DragonAge.org, and you gotta set up a fucking. What did you do in previous game? And you gotta.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
No, but Mass Effect 3, I played Mass Effect 3 and I
Yeah, you skipped 2.
What?
1 and 2.
It had what did
You
it
have to
just
play
come
the
out?
trilogy.
I don't have to do anything.
No, you have to.
I am the king of my own
You
decisions.
can't just go straight to 3.
Because you're not the boss of me. I'm the
everything.
boss of me.
You sure about that?
Now I'm having an existential crisis. I don't know.
But yeah, no. Story and narrative and changing the game based on your choices, changing the outcome of the narrative based on your choices. That's all me, baby.
Okay.
Love
And
that
then
shit.
Slim's is the skill trees system.
Yeah.
Mine is the combat system.
Yeah.
I'm go ahead in the chat. Go ahead and vote for me. I think
chat.
this is easy dub. We'll take that walk.
I mean, combat does like I'm playing Starfield right now, and it's a Bethesda game, and usually their combat sucks ass.
Yeah.
But this one actually is really good, and I was actually surprised and taken back, and was like, damn, I could just play this as fucking a combat game.
Yeah.
It's so good. So yeah, you can have really good combat and just forget about everything else as long as it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Or you could have like building out your character in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like don't really care about the story. It's like yeah, even all three of them have their own advantages and whatnot. It just depends on the player that you are.
Yep.
It's like I like stories.
Yeah. So I
Tell
guess
me story.
a better way to ask for audience engagement on this is, why don't you in the comments throw out your favorite game when it comes to combat, your favorite game when it comes to skill tree, and let us know which game had the best dialogue / story narrative that you enjoyed. Let us know. We're curious to see what your guys' thoughts were. We are going to wrap up this episode of the Third Party Podcast and the War Room. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us along the ride. We had a lot of fun talking about this one. We will leave it there. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share the video around on Instagram and social media. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Peace.
Bitches and hoes.
We did it.
Bows. We're heroes.